Good evening. I'm here again with fresh news from our network. No, this time I didn't get lost in the pits of my Minecraft world, but I did a lot of things there. Yes, this is the game which is really addictive for me at the moment, and I also put a new, last written in advance, chapter of my ghost story in creativity section of our forum. Well, here's Rugby, games, Doctor Who and a bit of forum discussion to report about, so we better begin. This is kind of discussion which should be opened already long time ago, as there is so much of good gaming music which is almost overlooked when playing games, but when we listen to pure soundtrack very often we find gaming music really good, if not even excellent. Which is your best video games music is the discussion we're currently quite intensively in, and even I put one of my favorites in. I don't need to tell you which it is, do I? But you surely are invited to put your favorite video games music into our collection on our forum. About which is the best will be voted and decided later. Now playing is another discussion which is not about music though, but about games. What game are you playing at the moment? Which game is eating your spare or even a bit less spare time? Which game you find addictive at the moment? So addictive you are able to forget about everything around you and even forget to do some for real life quite important things. My addiction goes to Minecraft at the moment, playing it a bit different way than all the rest of the gaming world though. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is kind of hard to discuss those days, as there are even the rumors that Zelda might even finish on Nintendo graveyard if it doesn't bring expected income to the company. What do you think? Can this happen or not? So far we are very excited about this game, expecting quite a lot to get, but will we really get what we imagine, or will we be disappointed at the end? The discussion is open and you're welcome to say your opinion about the game. Rugby World Cup game provided us with a demo which our staff play quite enthusiastically, saying it's pretty good. A part of how they find it playing is also at the end of our newest podcast which came out last weekend, about which we will say some more a bit later. In the topic, Knight-Nui has also written the Welsh squad you can play in a game with at the moment, which will be updated when the World Cup starts, so expect updates in the topic as well. Did you play demo version as well? If yes, you're even more welcome to discuss the topic with us and tell us how you find the game so far. PlayStation Vita is about to be released and we're wondering who will buy it at all. So far neither of our staff is really interested in it, and we probably won't buy it, having each our own reasons for such decision. The release date is delayed and now it's set to be released sometime at the end of 2011 or even in the year 2012, so you still have enough time to make your decision whether to buy it or not. You know that we're also discussing Rugby Challenge game, and wanting or not we are constantly put it against Rugby World Cup. Until now we established both are good, and for both we're equally excited about their release. In the discussion this time 2 more inside game movies are presented, and so you are really able to see how the gameplay looks like, a bit of who you can play with and against, and the way of gaming itself. Those of you who are old members will remember Gibbon Master once started a topic in which you could find all episodes to date. Then almost 2 years there was nothing published, despite Doctor Who Series 5 and 6 were put together and broadcasted. Now Knight-Nui decided to update the topic, so you will have the whole review of what was released. It's very useful for those like me, who are not able to watch the series and who missed a lot in the past, beginning with Season 1 in 2005. The guide contains all the titles of episodes of all seasons to date, and books, novels, and for some seasons even comics and Doctor Who magazine comics which were released besides the TV series. Ta only promises us to add more when the second part of the Series 6 is about to begin, so come back often to check updates. The Series 6 Part 2 is about to start soon, and we are publishing the complete episodes guide of this second part. All data gathered from official Doctor Who site provide you with the titles and a little descriptions of coming episodes. We all believe the second part might be even more interesting than the first part, with just right mixture of the authors and promising action pack which can be seen from the descriptions of the episodes. And for all those who a bit forgot what happened in first part, there's also a reminder trailer in which you can see all significant things which happened in all episodes of this first part. In TV section, we are publishing the news that a new Ruth Jones Curdy titled Stella is in production, and which will also be starring current Welsh rugby stars Shane Williams and Mike Phillips. In the topic, we are also providing the link to the original article published on Wales Online, so you could read the whole news, in which many more information is given. In creativity section, you can find and read the newest chapter of my ghost story, which is the last of the chapters I've written quite a while ago and were published during this period. Now quite some time will probably be needed until the next chapter, as the story didn't come to an end yet. In this chapter you will see some there had a plan of escape. Who else would knows be then little ghost and I ghost, but will they actually be able to escape? The chances are as big as those evils in the other chamber. Green Master and Furry King are testing their patience and don't pay too much attention to what is going on around them. However, there's one more invisible observer who might interfere. World Cup is closing in and warm-up games are in progress. Wales played already the second game against England on Saturday, and this time it was a victory for them. 19-9 was the result for Wales, and I don't have to tell you it was a moment of celebration for all rugby fans in Wales. This match and all happenings around the World Cup is the discussion right now. We are discussing World Cup and separate topic, however we just can't miss this theme in current rugby topic as well. There you can also read comments from Granko and Traoni about this last Wales vs England match. The comments are even more interesting and relevant as they were there at the Millennium Stadium feeling all the glory of victory, in which Wales squad ended the game this time. This should be the news of the edition, put in the first part of the broadcast. But as I always do things the way no one expects to be done, I'm reporting about this at the very end. Those of you who are following us on Twitter or are subscribed to our TV or podcast already know the brand new podcast was out last week. In this second episode you can hear about some games which were or will be released and which members of our staff Gorilla, Granko and Traoni played recently. The other, but most important news is that the iTunes submission of our podcast was successful, and you can find us on iTunes. Search for Knight-Nui and click on red KN icon. Listen to us, subscribe and rate. Thank you for listening and subscribing. This is everything for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this edition and will be here when the next comes out. Until then, play games and then tell us what it's like to play this or the game, especially if it's only been released. I will surely get lost in the world of Minecraft again and putting my adrenaline to the highest limits with Bejeweled 3 Diamond Mine mini game. Good night from Night Ghost and Knight-Nui staff.